What's up, guys? We finally got our very own delivered right here in Thailand. So a little bit of backstory first. I'm originally from the UK, London, and I moved to Thailand a couple months ago. So this is my first ever big purchase that I've made since living here in Thailand. So I was a little bit worried to go ahead with this purchase, and I know a lot of people that are ordering Alibaba Surrons or want to are also worried because it is a big purchase, and yeah, it's normally you would go to a dealership for these type of things. You're more protected. But let me tell you guys, the process was quite smooth. I'll tell you how the whole process went, how the delivery went, and just let you know the ins and out. So the supplier I used isn't one that you hear mentioned a lot. I'll leave them down in the description. But the number one thing that I made sure was that the supplier was a verified supplier on Alibaba. Once I saw this, I was like, okay, if something does go wrong, I'm protected. I'm probably going to get my money back. But after this, I went and asked a further question and I said, is this order going to be protected by Alibaba Trade Assurance? And they told me, yes, it is. So I paid for the order through the Alibaba app and it was protected by Alibaba Trade Assurance, just as the seller said. So if any issues did arise, I know that I'll be covered and I'll be able to get a refund if the bike didn't turn up, or yeah, I would have someone there fighting in my corner a little bit. I also checked their reviews. They had good reviews. So yeah, I messaged the seller, asked them, okay, I want to order the Surron LIGHTBEE X 2025 to Thailand. How much is this going to cost me? They let me know how much it's going to cost with shipping and the bike included. They let me know the time frame, which was about 40 to 60 days. And bearing in mind, Thailand is around the corner from China. So when they told me this, I was already thinking, I have a feeling it's going to be here much sooner, which it was. So after I've got everything verified, I was like, okay, I'm happy to make the purchase. One last thing, I made sure I was getting the right charger, the official Surron charger with the right head for my country. So the seller ended up charging me another $20 for this charger because originally they was going to send me a US charger with an adapter. And I didn't want this. I wanted the charger that I could plug straight into my wall and be safe. So paid $20 extra. Had to wait. This bike was ready to be shipped out immediately, but because I wanted this charger, I had to wait about a week for them to sort that out. If I was happy with a US charger, the bike would have been shipped out the same day, they were saying. So that's quite great. So that was one thing I also checked. I was going to use some of the bigger suppliers like Gunped, but they told me it'll be about 40 days before the bike even gets shipped out. So I placed my order on December 31st. That's when I paid. And the bike was shipped out around the first week of January. So we did run into a little issue on the China side. This bike ended up sitting in customs for 2 weeks, for 14 days. My tracking didn't move. It might have been my fault. I should have messaged the seller a little bit earlier. I noticed it hasn't moved for about 2 weeks, but I'm checking the tracking every day, as you would. And then eventually I've messaged the seller. I'm like, my tracking hasn't moved for 2 weeks. What's going on? They've immediately got back to me. They're like, oh, it appears that your bike is in customs. We'll have a look into it, blah, blah. And the next day, the tracking changed and it was saying that it was going to be loaded onto a ship. And I believe that was around the 14th of January. So once this bike was loaded onto a ship, it was delivered here in 2 weeks, which I knew it would be here quick because, yeah, around the corner. So if I didn't have the issue of customs, this bike would have been here in 2 weeks. So originally, I missed the first day the delivery guys tried to deliver this bike. They tried to deliver it. They tried to call me. I didn't answer. I wasn't really thinking it was going to be coming that quick. And I don't really receive phone calls on my Thai phone number. So that's not something I'm used to. So that now ended up being a little bit of a headache, but this is something you probably won't experience. I'm in a whole different country. So now trying to talk to the delivery guys to reorganize the delivery was a hassle because they didn't speak English. So that was a little bit stressful, but luckily I have a Thai partner and they were able to get on the phone, get it sorted out, and they delivered the bike about 3 days later. So once the bike did turn up, if you've seen my TikTok video, I've done a TikTok unboxing on this. You could check the link in the comment for that as well. The box had been fully opened by customs. All of the straps had been cut open. bike had been fully inspected. So by the time I got the bike delivered, the box was straight off. There was no ties for me to cut. The battery was outside of the box when it should have been in the bike. And my LIGHTBEE sticker here took some damage because, yeah, customs went through the box. And yeah, they didn't take as much care as they should. So the stand that is also included to help you build the bike, that was also missing. But the good thing is, my Alibaba vendor has already sent out a new replacement sticker for this. So altogether, the process took 2 weeks to get this bike. Once delivered, I threw it together in about 30 minutes. I've also got a video on that on TikTok as well. You could check out my TikTok, Mr. Revtastic, where I've got a lot more videos talking about this. And then yeah, overall guys, I'm happy. Like the battery did take a little bit of scratches here as well because the battery ended up traveling not inside of the bike, it was traveling separately. So when the delivery guys turned up, this was in the box and then this was just handed to me separately. So I believe the battery is maybe something customs had a little inspection over. But other than that, it's exactly a Surron. This is the Chinese version. A lot of people always ask, oh, is this a real Surron? Are these real? Yes, this is a real Surron. This is just the Chinese version made for the Chinese streets. So it's got these Chinese warning stickers on it, stuff like that. And I have got some plans for this bike in the future. The first things first, I want to upgrade the foot pegs. I'm just trying to find a good supplier that has all the parts I need, but also does international shipping and could get me the parts here pretty quick. And then other than that, it was a smooth process. As long as you're using a verified supplier, they've got good reviews, and you ask the right questions like, when will this bike actually be shipped? Is it going to be door-to-door delivery? Like this one was door-to-door, so I don't have to deal with any customs charges, any issues like that. If any issues did happen along the delivery, it's down to my vendor to sort that out. It's not down to you. So door-to-door delivery is something you want to make sure you have when ordering something like this. You don't want to be dealing with customs or anything like that. You just want it to get to your country, get passed on to the person who's going to deliver it to your front door, basically, and that's it. Yeah, unless you want to actually go pick it up from the docks yourself or something like that. So far, this bike has got about 73 miles on it. And yeah, there's nothing I can really say. Like, it's holding up perfectly. As you can see, it still looks spotless in this color. It looks amazing. Suspension, obviously I've been on the LIGHTBEE quite a lot if you've seen my other videos, because out here in Thailand you can actually rent Surrons. So I've been on the LIGHTBEE, which is kind of a better bike for me, so I probably will be getting the LIGHTBEE at some point as well. The suspension on this was very bouncy out of the box. I firmed it up, and I've just signed a contract on the new house, which is a little bit closer to rural roads, some mountains and stuff like that. So we'll be taking this for some proper off-roading, some fishing trips, stuff like that, proper exploring. So make sure you're following, because this will become a big part of the channel, and we probably will get some upgrades done. I'm not sure if I want to do any power mods, because yeah, you could end up going spending a lot of money, and I don't want to lose battery range. Like range is also quite important. As you can see, I got a phone holder on this, use this for some errands here and there, stuff like that. And yeah guys, if you want to order Alibaba Surron, go for it. Go for it. Like, you're saving some money. For other countries it might take a little bit longer to get to you, but you're saving money again. And as long as you are using the correct procedures, you never pay off platform, you're using a verified seller, they have good reviews, and you ask all the right questions, which I cover more in depth in my TikToks in a shorter form, so you could just watch through it quickly, you will be covered, guys. So yeah, thank you for watching. Check out my TikTok, Mr. Revtastic. Link in the description for the supplier of this bike. And yeah guys, Alibaba Surron, you're safe. Oh yeah, how can I forget to mention the price? So altogether, I paid $2,985 for door-to-door shipping to get this shipped from China to Thailand. So not a bad price at all. compared to retail of how much I would have paid in the UK or even here in Thailand, they was way more.